Alright, so we're going to do number 18, and notice it says use the rational root theorem. Since it says that, probably means you can't factor this thing by grouping. So if you notice, you could take an x squared out, and that would leave you with 3x plus 2. The only thing you could take out here would be a 1 or a negative 1, and so the inside of the parentheses wouldn't work. So we do definitely need to do our rational root theorem. And so this is going to be P, this is going to be Q, and so we're going to take all the factors of P over all the factors of Q. And so P is nice and easy, it's just plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2. Q is plus or minus 1 or plus or minus 3. And so now we're going to write all our possible factors. So first thing we're going to look at is 1 over 1, and then we'll look at the 2 over 1. And so we have factors of plus or minus 1 or plus or minus 2. Now we look at 1 over 3 or 2 over 3. So plus or minus 1/3 and plus or minus 2/3. So now we have 2, 4, 6, 8 possible factors using our rational root theorem, and so now we just start doing our synthetic division. So our coefficients are 3, 2, -7, 2, and the first one I'm going to test, I'm going to start with 1 and just work my way through the list. Now, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video is that I changed the question to make it a little bit more manageable. So if you didn't catch that right off, the question's been changed. So bring the 3 down. And so now 1 times 3 is 3. 2 and 3 makes 5. 5 times 1 is 5. -7 plus 5 is -2. -2 times 1 is -2. And now 2 minus 2 gives us 0. So the first one I tried, I got a 0. That's what I want. So that means that 1 is going to be a root. So this is going to factor to x minus 1. Remember, 1 minus 1 gives us that 0, the root. And then this would be a 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. And so now you need to factor this. So now you write the factors. Do the a times c, so we get what numbers are going to multiply to -6, but add to 5. So since it's a -6, you might think 2 and 3 work, but since this is negative, that wouldn't work because one of them would have to be negative, and then it wouldn't add to 5. So it means we're going to have 6 and -1. And so now what you can do is take the coefficient, the leading coefficient, and write it underneath your answers, and then reduce this. So this becomes 2 over 1. You can't reduce a 1/3. And so now we take the 2 over 1, and we're going to write our factors. And so here, this 1 is our coefficient in front of the x, plus 2. This 3 is the leading coefficient here for this factor, so I get 3x minus 1. And then we have the x minus 1. And remember, we're trying to find the roots, the zeros. And so just make it equal 0, so we're going to have x equals 1. And this is just x plus 2, so we also have a negative 2. And then 3x minus 1. If you can't do that in your head, just come off to the side and just write 3x minus 1 equals 0. Add 1 to both sides. And we get 3x equals 1. Divide by 3. And we 1/3. And just real quick, you can come up here and check. Oh, we had 1, we had negative 2, 1/3. All part of our rational root possibility, so it looks good.